So there will be no silver lining for Arsene Wenger's farewell. No glorious final chapter in his native France. It is Atletico Madrid who move on to the Europa League final in Lyon, and it is over and out for Wenger, unable to conquer Europe. His final frontier. He may have transformed Arsenal for the 21st century, but he leaves no welcome gift for his successor. No ticket to the Champions League. Instead, the next man will inherit a most daunting task. Not only to shake up this squad, but to do it while following one of football's most charming frontmen. Wenger has promoted Arsenal around the globe, with his fluent football and eloquence, helped by a constant presence in European competition. Usually the Champions League, but this time the Europa League. It is unquestionably a competition with great demands, from its tour of European outposts to the Thursday routine, which intensifies just as it becomes more serious. And yet it yields very little unless you can win it and steal into the Champions League. For Arsenal, the goose chase has taken them to Moscow, Borisov and Belgrade in the east, and Ostersunds in the north, with dates in Cologne and Milan before they landed in Madrid with expectations low. More than 60,000 Atletico fans turned up the noise. They banged their drums and their waved flags, and they unfurled a long banner to declare with confidence how they were on course for the final in Lyon. They believed, and, in truth, Arsenal never had the look of a team that did. Not when they were in charge against 10 men in the first leg. That was the part of the tie which really cost them. Certainly, belief was damaged from the point when Antoine Griezmann snatched the away goal at the Emirates Stadium. Wenger tried his best to revive the spirit of 2006 when Thierry Henry scored a wonderful solo goal and Real Madrid were beaten in the Bernabeu in the Champions League. That was a very different Arsenal, of course, still boasting the arrogant swagger from their invincibility and genuine contenders for the European title. They would lose in the final, having taken the lead and been reduced to 10 men. Such a performance always seemed beyond this group of players, and the early loss of captain Laurent Koscielny did not help. Koscielny was in agony as he fell under no contact and writhed on the turf, still clearly in distress as he was carried off. The Achilles tendon in his right leg was torn. Diego Costa had already trampled through the centre of Arsenal defence once, like Joan Lomu at Twickenham. The former Chelsea striker know all about the frailties within Wenger's team. Costa is the embodiment of his manager on the pitch, all menace and aggression, sometimes passive but often not. The sight of Callum Chambers limbering up must have gladdened his heart, although the young sub refused to be bullied. Costa was enticed out wide to operating in the space left behind Hector Bellerin, and it was from this area where he struck in stoppage time at the end of the first half. High in the stands, the restless figure of Diego Simeone could be seen clenching his fists and pacing. His team did not dominate. At times, Arsenal flickered around the edges of the penalty box as if they would spring a surprise, but Atletico have steel and courage. When the chance came, Costa made it count. Arsenal never quite did the same, but nor did they buckle and went out by a single goal. It was tense, but the outcome predictable against a team which can defend quite magnificently. Arsenal will be back in this competition next season, and it could start on July 26 if they are passed by Burnley, visitors at the Emirates on Sunday, and finish the season in 7th. But that won't be Wenger's problem.